right? A little bit of knowledge is about the ball, right? And the ball is basically a metaphor for the natural person, right? So when you have the ball, you have like Bal-sports and all that, right? Where the ball is like always being struck and hit, and they're sort of, walloped from side to side, like in tennis or something. It's like this idea of knocking the ball around, like a golf club, and cricket and football. See, that was striking and kicking the ball and abusing the ball type of thing, right? So the ball is basically a metaphor for the natural person, right? Because the ball, right, when you have the type of symbolism of stress, fear and worry and all this, right, you have the idea of being knotted up like a knotted ball, right? Being in knots, right? Again, that's like a nautical thing and all that, right? But like the type of idea of a knotted ball, right? So it's like in the massage idea, right? You take the massage idea and it's like, yes, like your shoulders are knotted up, your shoulders are like a knotted ball of stress and all this type of idea, right? So when you take the sort of physiognomy of the human body, right, or the body, right, it's got ball joints all over, like pairs of ball sockets, just in the entire body, like, wrists, elbows, shoulders, knees, ankles, the whole sort of body is governed by ball joints and sockets, right? So when you have this sort of knotted ball idea, right, it's basically becoming a metaphor for the natural person, right? And it's all based on this hate of the natural, this total hate of the natural. So it's like when you have your Bal-sports, right, it becomes like a domesticated setting for the sort of the war idea, right, which is the sort of, as we know, the real war is like the holy war against naturals. The real enemy, who they hate, is the natural person, right? So when you have the sort of setting of the sort of domesticated sports arena, right, that's basically, it's like a sort of a metaphor and symbolism for sort of knocking the sort of crap out of the sort of natural person, see? And walloping the ball, striking the ball, knocking it from side to side and stuff like that becomes a metaphor for tease, basically abusing the natural person, see? Like I say, a first class example is a tennis match. You know what I mean? Walloping the ball over from side to side and stuff, you know what I mean? And when you have like ball backwards, right, it's lab, right? So it becomes like the opposite of the sort of lab-made people. See, the lab created the sort of tease, right? The science, which is like the Cain type of thing, the essence of Cain type of thing, right? The science and the sort of, so blasting this ball around becomes like an aggression against the natural. Right? It's like a domesticated setting for sort of displaying the aggression towards the natural, who they despise in that. See, obviously, I've two-ball cane, which is a perfect example. Sort of the cane sort of was used in the schools to sort of strike the natural, wasn't it? To strike the kid and that. So it's like the two-ball cane. See, so it's like the knotted ball idea. Right? The ball symbolism becomes a metaphor for the sort of knotted up, twisted, taut, with fear and worry and stress and anxiety and all that, which is basically a metaphor for the sort of natural person, right? So take the aggressions out on it and all that. See what I'm saying?